of Carolina. This is the Philippines. This is the Victory Medal. This is another Victory Medal. This is a ship that I was on to begin with. This is the reunion in Nashville that we got to go. This is combat. They don't have a ribbon. All they have, well, a medal. All they have is a ribbon. And that's silly. I mean, if you go there and fight, and then all they can give you is a ribbon. And then all of these, this is also a victory medal. And then all of these represent, this here is Victory Day in Tokyo. And listen to these. This is the Pacific. And you see the ships being sunk. Okay, well that's what we did on the bottom. We sunk a lot of the enemy ships. And then you know what that is. That's the support of the Iraq and that's what this is.
Now, you were in the Navy?
Yes.
What was your,
I was
position?
seaman first class. And my duty was a lookout. And a lookout, I worked on the bridge with Bull Halsey. He was over the 4th Command. And our position was to notify him of the submarines, mines that are floating in the ocean, and torpedoes from submarines. And we watch out for those, and then we notify Bull Halsey, who is over the 3rd Fleet, be able to escape.
Now, where you were there a lot of mines?
Yes. Iwo Jima, Okinawa, and the Philippines. They all had mines there. And a lot of ships were sunk by mines. So we watched out for all of those things. And then also, toward the end of the war, we watched out for kamikazes. And that's a suicide plane. And usually the pilot of a kamikaze is a young boy, 14, 15 years old, on a one-way trip. And he had just enough gas to suicide into a ship. He didn't even have enough gas to get back home. So his duty was to try to interrupt the war procedures, things that are going on. In other words, the ship has a command. When Bull Halsey gives that command, they tried to evade the enemy from those commands or either attack the enemy. And so the L Division, the division I was in, was a very dangerous position because we were the ones that really was watching out for the ship and the crew. 2,200 men on this ship. So if you lose a battleship, well, then you're losing a lot of lives. But I went in August of '44. And I went in on the ship that was sunk at Pearl Harbor. It was the only battleship to get underway. And rather than block the harbor, when they torpedoed it, they ran into ground. And then they later went down under the water and patched the hole up and drug it to Bremerton, Washington. And then they rebuilt it. It had two superstructures on it. This is called a superstructure. That's the original. And it was a World War I battleship. And what they did then, when they drug it to Bremerton, they rebuilt it. And it only had one superstructure. Now, my battle station on the Nevada was on the main deck aft. This is where our spotter planes were on the catapult, right there. That crane that you see is the one that lifts the airplanes up on the catapult. I was trained in catapult, but when I went aboard the Nevada, they put me in the L Division. And the L Division was right here on the bridge and in the crow's nest. And that's where we could spot everything from around the ship. And, but I can let you know that at Philippines, I stayed on the Nevada. But at Iwo Jima, they transferred me to a troop ship. I went in on Third Wave Blue Beach, and I had 32 Marines. This is a Marine operation. And I had 32 Marines in a Higgins duck. And 1,000 yards from the beach, 8-inch shore batteries exploded that duck. And the purpose of the Higgins duck is to land the troops on the land. As far as I know, I was the only survivor out of 32 men, 1,000 yards from the beach. And I swam from where the Higgins duck was sunk to the beach, crawled under a demolished tank, stayed there 3 days and 3 nights. And I was there when they raised the flag on Mount Suribachi. Have you seen that? Okay, I was on the beach when they raised the flag. Joe Rosenthal is the one that took the picture. And an LST came in with jeeps and motor equipment, tanks. And when it ejected their load, I ran out and got on it and went back to the Nevada. Because the operations were over at Iwo Jima for landing. So then we went to Okinawa. And at Okinawa, we landed, same repeat, went to the Higgins duck, and we landed our troops, but we didn't receive any opposition. And the opposition was on the southern end of the island, and they were dug in. So we landed our troops. They occupied the northern end of the island. And then when they went to the southern end, there's a line across there called the Naha Line. When the American forces, which is an army operation, when they got to Naha, that's when then that they received their opposition. That's when the war started at Okinawa. Well, we captured the island, but the Japanese had a last-ditch stand. That was the kamikaze. So their purpose was to sink ships. And the Nevada was picked out. And I'm on the bridge. And when General Quarters sounded, they told me to go to my battle station. So I exited from the bridge, went down the ladder, and was on the starboard afterdeck when a 500-pound bomb exploded. And the 5-inch of the Nevada is the one that exploded the bomb that it was carrying. It was headed for the bridge, but the Bullhausy had the Nevada in a starboard turn. And when it went into a starboard turn, it missed the bridge and hit the starboard afterdeck. And it was 11 dead and 41 injured. When I got up off of the deck, it knocked me out. And when I regained consciousness, I headed to my battle station, which was on the starboard afterdeck, the one that was wiped off. So the lieutenant that was over that at that time asked me to help with the wounded and dead. So he had a corpsman look me over, and I had little spots of blood all over my body from the shrapnel from that bomb that exploded. And he said, yes, he can help with the wounded and dead because it was an emergency situation. So I picked up body parts and wounded and took them to the chow. Usually you go to sick bay, but this was a large thing. And at the chow, they lay them on top of the tables and operate on the tables. So when this was all over, it was never entered into my medical record. So you can see I don't even have the Purple Heart. But yet I was wounded by enemy action. They've been trying about 7 years now to get my Purple Heart, but haven't been able to get it because they say there's no medical report that I was injured. So they mailed a letter to the VA veterans representative and said if we could get 2 witnesses. So I went to Nashville and I got 7 notarized letters confirming my injury. That's been 4 years ago, and they have never even answered my letter. St. Louis is the one that does that. And first of all, they said that my records were burned up. But then I got one of the House of Representatives, and he told me, he said, I'll go there and get it.